Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Wahlberg, your podcast performance coach, with another actionable tip so you can sound like a pro and gain more podcast fans. Today's tip is, do a pre-interview. If you have guests on your show, you should be doing a pre-interview. What's a pre-interview? Simply put, it's a conversation that happens between you and your guest before your podcast recording session. By the end of it, you should know if that person will make a good guest for your show. Another way to think about it is you're holding auditions for an appearance on your podcast. And like any audition or even job interview, first impressions matter. So your pre-interview actually starts the first time you make contact with a potential guest. Consider, are they easy to get a hold of? Are they accommodating, or are you chasing them and begging for a second of their time? If that's the case, then maybe you want to reconsider. In episode 60, I talk about warming up your guest. That's different than the pre-interview. Listen to episode 60 to find out about the warm-up. I recommend the pre-interview should happen at least a couple of days before you record. Here's a few things you need to cover in your pre-interview. Number 1, sound. What is their connection like? I feel this is really important. Do they have a microphone or a quiet room? You want to make sure that your listener is going to be able to hear them. If you can hear that it's not a great connection, maybe you recommend an affordable mic that will make them sound better. And yes, connect with them over the platform you'll be using to record your segment so you know what it'll sound like. Don't do it over the phone. Number 2, content. It doesn't matter whether you've reached out to this person or they've contacted you. It's your job to determine if what they have to offer is valuable to your listener. To start, ask them if they've ever heard your show before. Don't be offended if they haven't. Tell them a little bit about it, your format, and your promise. More or less what your listeners expect from you and your guests every episode. And when you connect with this person, you may already have an idea of how this guest will fit into your show. Share that with them if you haven't already in an email, and see if you're on the same page. You'll want to nail down that topic and be specific about it. Now, within that topic that you're going to discuss, you'll likely have a few things you want to cover. So break it down a little bit. And when you're discussing these points with your guest, you can stay pretty general, but remind them that during the show is when you're going to get all the finer details, like the how, the why, the stories, the experiences, the challenges, the emotions. But again, that will be a part of the recording, the actual show, not the pre-interview. So don't waste each other's time with this stuff. Don't forget to take notes along the way. You'll also want to make sure your guest can deliver takeaways for your listener. Make sure you both agree on these. These could be tips, tools, or practical and tactical advice. This is essentially how you're going to end your show. You're creating a roadmap for your episode, and those takeaways will be your destination. The last thing to ask your guest is if you've missed anything, or if they want to add something else that may benefit your audience. At the end of all this, you should know if your guest is worth having on your show. If you think they're a dud, or it's just not a good fit, make the call. Again, I think pre-interviews are a must. It definitely falls under best practices. It brings a level of comfort to both you and your guest. You both have an idea of what to expect from each other and have a roadmap to follow. And it shows you're a professional too, who cares about your podcast and your audience. Now, there is always an exception. Your guest may not be able to accommodate your pre-interview request. This may require a little more work on your part, but that's okay. If your guest is a good get, if they're a big fish and someone you've wanted to have on your show for a while, then make the exception. Go for it. Just take a minute or two before your recording session starts to go over your format and your outline. If they're a big deal, they're likely a pro and will be good to go. The pressure will be on you to make that conversation memorable, fun, and valuable for your guest and your listener. But I know you'll be great. Just don't get into the habit of extending the no pre-interview is necessary to other guests. This is your show, and your guests matter. Doing pre-interviews will make you and your guests feel more comfortable. You'll have a better rapport, and it'll keep you both focused on serving your listener. And I hope that's just the tip you need. And like most things, the more prepared you are going in means less work on the back end. So, that being said, that back end work, aka editing, the stuff that you hate, well, maybe I should take that off your hands. Check out my custom editing packages at podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Walberg. See ya!